We'll start here and we'll go.
We hope you're the president because you have all the right ideas, and I think you appeal to Iowans too, especially with that pipeline thing. I hate to be the naysayer,
Please.
but I always have a plan B.
Okay.
If someone else gets to be president and it's a Republican, and what would be your plan B? Where would be a good place for you in the government if you happen to not be the president, which would be very sad, but what's your plan B? What's your plan B?
What's your name? Pat. Thank you. So I have you guys deserve to know a little bit about me. I have like a defect in my brain, which is that I don't do plan B. It's just, it might work better that way, but I think in my adulthood I eventually lost the capacity for it. Because one of the things I learned is even early in my career, every time I would make and plot out some plan, it never goes according to the plan anyway. I tell young people, usually when they ask me a question about their own life plan, if they're in college, the advice I give them is your plans are stupid. Whatever it is, it's never going to go according to that. But follow your actual conviction. Be guided by your purpose. That doesn't mean you're entitled to achieve what you think is yours. But it does mean that you're guided by your true purpose. And in some ways, in the deepest of ways, I'm guided by my faith, actually. Our faith is what leads us to this journey. My faith is what leads me to run for president. And for those of you who are not aware, I'm Hindu. It's a slightly different faith than the traditional faith background that people have run. Thomas Jefferson, actually, he was a deist. But most presidents have been traditional Christians. But for me, anyway, the core of my faith, it's the same value set, that God puts us here for a purpose. He gives us each our own unique God-given gifts, and it is our duty to use those gifts to do what's right in the short time that we're given. To realize that purpose, that we're all equal. God works through us in different ways, but we're still equal because God resides in each of us. That's the heart of my faith. It's what gives me my freedom, actually. When you think it's all being done by, at least for me, we fall into the trap sometimes of thinking it's being done by me. And then you make all the plans and everything else. That's actually constraining for me. When I remind myself, when we ground ourselves in the truth, that it's not being done by us, it's being done through us. That's what gives me my freedom, actually. And so whatever God's plan is, that will reveal itself, and we're going to follow it.
Well, we need you somewhere.
Exactly. Well, thank you. But it's my conviction that the best place where I'm going to be able to lead this country is from the front. If I thought I could do it in a different way, even outside of government, through the private sector, it'd be a lot better for our family, a lot more convenient for us, with our now soon-to-be 4-year-old and our now soon-to-be 1.5-year-old. But we're going to do it this way because I don't think our country has the kind of time to say, if it was according to our plan, maybe we would be doing this at a later stage of life. But it's not about us. I think if Karthik and Arjun are in high school before we get this right, I don't think we have a country left. I think if the interest payments on our national debt become the largest line item in our federal budget, I don't think we have a country left. And that could be about 5 years from now. So this isn't about us. This is about what the country requires. And so yes, I'm stepping up to use what I believe are those God-given gifts to do what's right. I think it's going to take somebody coming from the outside, as Apurva said. That's going to be a requirement. But also somebody from the outside who knows and deeply understands the law and the Constitution in this country. It's going to be required. And those two things don't usually go together, right? You'll have the business guy, the executor, the outsider maybe over here. You'll have the legal academic type over here. But those two things don't usually go together. So that's what gives me my sense of purpose and conviction. And so the commitment I'll make to you is no matter what happens in this election, we are in this for doing whatever we can for this country. This country has given us enough. This is about now passing that on to our kids and their generation. Not a bunch of green piece of paper to our kids' bank account. That's not what's less important than the country that allows them to live and their generation to live the same American dream that we did. But it is my firm conviction that the way I'm going to be able to actually get that job done, to actually reach and lead the next generation of Americans, to actually reform a government that has lost its way, and the corruption that frankly has come from both parties in Washington, D.C., is to do this as your next president for the next 8 years. And the beauty of it is, that choice belongs to the folks who are in this room already. And how many of you are familiar with the Iowa caucus? How many of you, just by show of hands, how many of you participated in the Iowa caucus before? About half of you. The other half of you haven't. That's why I think we're going to win the Iowa caucus in a massive surprise. See, the polls that Jake told you, the only poll of people who have been to caucuses in the past, many, if not most of our supporters, are first-time caucus goers. We're going to deliver a shock on January 15th. And if I win the Iowa caucus, I am your next president. And if I'm your next president, we get done the things I'm telling you we're going to get done. Every one of your votes, there's a billion people in that. So you do your part. I promise you, our family, Apurva and I, we're going to do ours. And I'm confident that our best days, not in some fake politician kind of way, but in a true way, that our best days can actually still be ahead of us. And it's our job to lead us there. So we will. I'll go to you and then come to you.